again, without further wasting your time, I request Brother Yusuf Estes to please come and take over this majlis.
We're broadcasting almost live today, all the way from Fletcher Street. We're here in Fort Worth. I remember when I lived in Dallas, we used to call it Fort Worthless. That's a competitive kind of a thing, though. Then Allah guided me to Islam, and I learned how to be maybe a little bit better behaved. It's a great chance to be with everybody here today. Those of you that are listening to us online, I'm here in one of the very first of the mosques that I ever visited after turning to Islam. Now, there's a lot of funny stories that happened to us when we came into Islam, and some interesting experiences even took place right here. But that's not the subject we're going to be talking about today. We've been dealing with the subject about sharing our perspective as Muslims on who is God, what's our relationship with God, and especially salvation in Islam. This has been our topic sort of for the whole weekend, and I want to kind of stay with that just because I have most of my stuff memorized for that, this particular event, etc. Now, also I'd like to remind you that you can visit our other internet websites at islamalways.com, islamyesterday.com, the one you're listening to now, where we have the audios and videos, and Islam Tomorrow. That's our progressive website. We like to be right up to date. We're very advanced, by the way, alhamdulillah. And speaking of that, I thought it would be appropriate, to show you, especially the ladies like style shows. But in Islam, it's not really right for ladies to be walking around showing off their bodies and clothes and things like that in front of men. And so I thought it'd be appropriate if I introduced a bid'ah, or an innovation here, which is I'm going to do a style show for you guys. Does that sound fair? What? Because, it's going to be the opposite. The Prophet ﷺ said, do the opposite of what the kuffar do. Don't be like them. Be the opposite, right? So instead of young, beautiful girls showing off, the latest styles, we're going to have old man who's... Does it make sense? This is totally opposite. Wearing really weird clothes. I like this outfit, by the way. Like it? Red and white. Now there's two colors you can't argue with. It's very basic. And then I have white on white outfit here. It's my help me with this thing, And I'm not going to walk down a gangplank. Forget that. Unless you got a wheelchair. But anyhow, I said, these folks, they need to know what's happening. Because maybe you don't know the latest styles. For the ladies, it's what's happening in Paris, right? That's the big thing. What's going down in Paris, I got to know about it. Or what's happening in in New York or California. We've got to keep up with the styles. That's very important for the ladies, right? So I figured for the Muslims, we got to keep up with what's the latest style from Saudi Arabia.
No.
Yeah, and now this will be, I'm only going to be showing you the more elegant wear today. But for the, for the outback stuff, the camouflage things and, places to keep your grenades, stuff like that, I'll have that. In an imam coat, I don't know if you know this, imam coats have these little tiny pockets up here. You know what that's for? Huh? For your miswak? Or where you keep the extra Quran, the little small one when you forget in Ramadan and you can open it up. Right. What is he talking about? I don't do that. But it's right there. You ever wonder what's this little tiny pocket for? It's not so you can scratch, right? I love you guys, man. You're laughing at the dumbest jokes. I'm going to save the soundtrack and patch these laughs on some of my other jokes that didn't work. What do you think? It's pretty cool. But actually, this is not a Saudi coat. You have to know that. This is Turkish. This is a Turkish imam's coat. They have two. They have a black one and a white one. and they will not pray without the coat on. They don't need wudu, but they need the coat. Just kidding. No, actually, I make wudu every week, whether I need it or not. I'm that way. I'm a clean kind of a guy. Anyhow. Oh, that hurts. You know, I guess I should go to the next stage here. We don't have a whole lot of time, so could somebody strike up and okay, here we go. This comes off and elegantly throw it across the room. There that goes. Now I have to show you. I'm kind of wired up here a little bit. In fact, if I had any more wires, I'd be eligible to be an FBI agent. But I'm going to do this. There we go. Don't run away. Here we go. Now, this outfit actually comes with another part which fell off in the trunk of the car. It has the gall. You know the black ring? So you have to imagine that. Hey, wait a minute. I got it. There we go. Okay, I did that part. All right. I have to do everything by habit. I miss something, I can't do the whole thing. All right, now the gall came off. Now this. I have to show you how to do this. This is for people who can't afford the gall. That goes up like this. This is very, very, very chic. Is to be able to up. Like that? No, it's real. This is real deal, baby. No, I'm not done. I'm not done. Hold on. There's more coming up. There's different ways you can put this thing on. You can go like this. Hey. You seen that one?
Yes.
I mean, this is like... But the latest thing... I don't know if you girls are ready for this or not. I don't know. Maybe... I don't want to... This is going to be rated R. Are you ready? This is like the latest of the latest styles in Saudi. It's so you don't lose tradition, but at the same time you really catch up with the world. So I have to show you this. Here we go. Got that done with.
You put it on.
Now you know why wouldn't you guys get out of the parking lot? So you wouldn't see that. My daughter bought that while we were in Saudi Arabia. She's a teenager, and her and her little friend that lives over there, they went out and they found these, and they were so excited to get a hold of these because they thought, boy, isn't that something? And I said, how are you girls going to wear those? They said, we just put it on our head. I said, how? Because these girls are covering themselves up totally. The only thing you see is this slit, and they're wearing black. So they put these gaps on top of their heads. It's amazingly funny. So I asked her if I could borrow it to do the program. Alhamdulillah. No, we got that out of the way. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. We've been talking really with our Christian friends on the subject of true salvation. And so before I go any further, I want to do an inventory real quick. Do we have, for instance, right now, do we have any Muslims with us? Please raise your hand. Okay. Do we have any non-Muslims with us today? 1, 2, 3, 4 non-Muslims? Wow. How do you like being surrounded by all these terrorists? Feel good, he said. There's hope for you. Alhamdulillah. I really enjoy being with all of you. When Dr. Farooq Salah was giving the introduction, I got tickled and I was trying to keep from laughing, not at him really, but because right before I went to Morocco, I happened to have been in Denver, Colorado, and had to hurry from there to South Carolina and then catch the flight to Morocco. And there was one doctor there who wanted to be the one to take me around everywhere. And we were riding around in his Lexus and going here and there, and he wanted to be sure that